Okay, let's try this question. It's actually from the 2020 November Fishhook High School November final exam, and let's just start it. Let's just try it here. You might want to highlight this thing. When they say MOL, go from M to O to L. If you put a little red pencil on, you'll see the angle we're looking at there. Well, M to O is the center. M to O, that's an angle at the center. And K is an angle at the circumference. So you should know how big this angle is going to be and the reason. And it's going to be 100 degrees because the angle at the center is 2 times the angle at the circumference. Well, there's the first one done. Now this angle N here, well, you want to highlight with a different color. If you went from K to N, well, the natural place is to go back to J. Well, what's this angle here? If I knew 2 of the angles, I could get N. But what is that angle J1? Oh, I know. When you go a line from the center to the midpoint of a chord, it makes that angle something. What does it make it? I think it makes it 90 degrees. Well, that means that N must be 40. And the reason, we just used 2 reasons. We got J1 was 90 because the line from the center to the midpoint makes it 90 degrees. And we know N is 40 because 40 and 50 and 90 add up to 180. Well, there's N all done. Let's try L1. Well, we're going to find L1. Well, to get L1, we actually need to look at this MOL triangle here. And the trick is OM and OL are equal radii, and they make these 2 angles equal. So it's got to add up to 80 degrees. If we cut 80 in half, I know how much it's got to be. It's got to be 40. And this other one over here must be 40. But there's 2 reasons you've got to write down. You've got to say, I know that it's 40 degrees because M2 is 40, angles opposite equal radii, and I got that 40 because of angles summing in a triangle, MOL. All done. Now it says, prove that MOLN, that we could put a circle, that it's a cyclic quad. We could put another big circle around all of them. And we know there's 3 different ways to prove a cyclic quadrilateral. And one is opposite angles add up to 180 degrees. Another would be that the exterior angle of the quad is equal to the opposite interior. But the other one is if you have 2 angles, see this angle N and this angle L1, they both open up to OM, to one side of the quad. Well, that's angles in the same segment. So now we can say MOL must be a cyclic quad because of the converse of angles in the same segment. It makes it a cyclic quad because N equals L1. And there you go.